Hello, my lovely friends, it's Margaret, and this is a reading vlog. We are in February, which means I am participating in Blackathon, Valentine's, and the BookTube games. Go Team Neverland! We gonna smoke, y'all. So I figured all three of those count as a special occasion, so obviously we have to do a vlog for this. I think I'm just gonna be doing weekend vlogs this Friday, February 1st, by the way. I don't think I'm gonna keep you guys updated on the week. I might mention stuff that happened during the week, but like, I'm not gonna go hardcore into it. Alright, so what are we reading? My overachieving butt obviously bit off more than she could chew, so she's still working on some of her January reads. The only one that I'm carrying over at this point is the only one that I'm in the middle of still, and that is Clockwork Angel, because I do not want to fall behind on, well, I mean, I'm already behind on this, but I don't want to fall more behind on this than I already am. I'm going to try and finish this today and tomorrow. This is my physical book at the moment. And then my first read of a Blackathon is actually the group book, which is The Poet X. It is told in verse. I'm really enjoying it. I really like the sound of Elizabeth Acevedo's voice. I really like her as a narrator. Someone needs to, like, give Xiomara a break, because Xiomara does not deserve to be, like, have her life micromanaged in the way that her mother is trying to do so. And I don't like her mother. Her mother is trying to make her daughter into herself and not let her daughter be her own person. And do I agree with all of Xiomara's choices? No. But I think that you have to let your kids grow up and become their own person and make their own mistakes. It's funny, we both share the background of growing up in religious households and starting to question, although I started questioning a lot later than Xiomara did. I didn't start questioning until I was in my 20s. A lot of things I was told and taught. That hasn't necessarily, changed what I believe in many ways, but it has definitely adjusted the lens. So between the two books, I didn't get much reading of Clockwork Angel done today, but I did read a lot of Poet X. So that's 258 pages for February 1st. I'm gonna try and get a whole bunch read tomorrow because I want to bump that number up, guys. I want my team to win, which means I need to do my utmost to make them win. So I'm gonna curl in bed with a book and get a head start on February 2nd's reading, because technically it's February 2nd. It is after midnight. It should be an interesting weekend. I don't have all that much planned, but I do need to take some Instagram pictures, plan my Instagram feed. I'm running sprints tomorrow for Valentine's, so hopefully you are already on the Valentine's Twitter, and you will be there with me sprinting. I'm doing the midday shift, because there's no way I was getting up at 5 a.m., guys. I'm sorry, it's not happening.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. We have moved on to Saturday. hold on.
Your girl got to page 274 in Clockwork Angel last night. So that's 70, I was on page 208. That's 60 some odd pages, 66, I think. So many tabs. Look at this. So many tabs. And 90% of those probably have to do with Will being ridiculous, because when Will is ridiculous, I laugh. And so when I laugh, we put the coral there. By this point, my January Shadowhunter's Diary should be up, where I will talk about the very small bit of progress that I made in January. And I'll link that up. Maybe, actually, it might not be up by now, but there is one coming, because I'm not entirely sure when that's going up. I know I need to get that up next week, and I need to get my writing video up next week. Those might be my first 2 videos of the week. I don't know when I'm going to do this vlog. I don't know when I'm going to do my 2019 most anticipated books, because I need to do that as well. I don't know when I'm going to do any of this. I need to sit down today and, like, finish my bullet journal for February and do my, like, planning and figure out what videos I have where that still need to be edited. Because I know I have a whole bunch of LitJoy Create unboxings. Like, y'all are going to be getting an unboxing a week until I am caught up. It is, like, 9 o'clock. I'm going to go do some yoga. I'm going to go do some housework while I'm waiting for the library to open. And then I'm going to run to the library real fast, grab some stuff. I might run to the library for a while and, like, do some reading or do some work there, just to get out of the house for a little bit. And then, I need to pay some bills too.
adulting. Anyways, we're gonna get some reading done. We're gonna take some books with us. We're gonna get some reading done. I want to get this bad boy finished because I want my January books out of the way. All of the ones that I've been finishing. I do also need to still finish Obsidio at some point. So that might be this weekend, is trying to finish Clockwork Angel and trying to finish Obsidio, so that those are off my plate and I can completely focus on my reads for Blackathon and Valentines, which are, if you haven't seen that TBR, they're like together. See, I doubled up. I'm trying to read as much as I possibly can because obviously BookTube games, and Team Neverland is apparently in 3rd place at the moment, which is not bad. That is a strong start when you have 5 teams. We are solidly in the middle, which means we can go up from here. It only gets better from here, guys. Sorry if you're not on Team Neverland. You are going down like Hook's hand when Pan cut it off and fed it to the crocodile. That's what's happening.
Hello everyone. I have been a very bad vlogger today. I need that one. I think that's everything that I don't own. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay, I have been a very bad vlogger because I took a little bit of footage, but like I didn't talk to you at all while I was at the library. We've gotten through my shift of doing sprints on the Valentines Twitter. That was super fun. I hope that everyone who was sprinting with me enjoyed themselves and got a lot of reading done. I got quite a bit done. I finished, hold on, I've got them somewhere. All right, hold on, the other one is in the other room. So that's the wrong book. I picked this up. This is for my buddy read with her. This is for my buddy read with Stephanie over at Shut Up and Read, but that's not, my books are in the other room. That's where they are. I'm getting ready to film because I need to film my wrap up and I need to film, okay, there's that one. Where did I put the Poet X? I need to film my wrap up and I need to film 2 more 2019 reading goal videos. Y'all are gonna be so tired of my reading goal videos by the time we are done here. This book was here somewhere because I also got Black Enough that's edited by A.B. Zabor. It's a whole collection of short stories. The tagline, the subtitle, it says Stories of Being Young and Black in America. And I've heard really good things about this from Jessie over at Bowties and Books, so I'm interested in reading this. And then I also got, because it's my current audiobook, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. But because this is my current audiobook, it means we need to talk about the Poet X. So I finished this. I really like it. This is definitely one that I want to reread because I want to actually read it while, like, actually physically read it while listening to Elizabeth Acevedo narrate it, because there's a lot of places where I think it's obviously all written in verse. And part of reading poetry and reading verse, from what I understand, is being able to see, for me at least, being able to see where the line breaks are and how things break up. There's this really cool poem at the very, very end where it can be read 2 different ways. And I really like that because Elizabeth Acevedo came in and she explained that it can be read 2 different ways before she read it. I really enjoyed it. It was very... There were places where her mom tried you a little bit. I will have more thoughts in my wrap-up, obviously, for February, but it was really good. And I really do recommend the audiobook because it was very, very good. Again, I could listen to Elizabeth Acevedo narrate forever. She just has such a very nice voice. So I finished that earlier this morning, like 11 o'clock-ish, and then I started reading Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry by Mildred D. Taylor. This is about Cassie. She is living in like 1930. Where is it? I don't know where it is. They probably told us. I'm just horrible at remembering, like, place names when they're not mentioned, like, 14 times. It's about a young black girl who is at a time when she is learning how differently she is viewed because she's black in this society, and the gross disparity between how people viewed white people back then and how people viewed black people back then. She just had a really hard conversation with her mom, and you could tell her mom was trying to, like, her mom didn't want to, like, her mom's trying to protect her from how awful people can be, but at the same time, there are things she needs to know because it's how she's going to have to stay safe. This one is a very tough book to read. And I do remember parts of it now that we're getting there. Like, I remember the scene in the school with the books when her brother gets the book and he sees the list of what students and what their race was. And at what point it was decided that these books would be passed along to the black schools. I remember that. That is a scene that has been just, like, stamped in my memory since I was little. And then the scene with What's-Her-Face. She doesn't even deserve to be a named character, honestly. She and her family are trash. But the Sims girl, where she has that altercation with the Sims girl and the girl's father. I remember that. That one was also one that has been stamped on my memory since I was probably 14 or 15, whenever it was I first read this book, because I know I've read this before. Yeah, it's not an easy book to read. But it's also, I think, an important book to read because it is very true to what happened back then. And I think we need more of these kinds of books in our schools and less necessarily of, say, To Kill a Mockingbird. I am getting ready to go film. I just washed my face, sort of, to kind of get it ready to put makeup on. And I'm going to go film. I'm going to film my wrap-up. I'm going to film 2019, like, my series I want to read in 2019 and books I want to read in 2019. And that will be that. And then I will have all of my videos filmed for January because I have a ton of videos that I have filmed that I need to just, like, I need to edit them because, again, I am a video dragon. I hoard them. It's bad. So I am going to go, though, because I have more to do. I'm probably going to listen to more of Roll of Thunder while I'm doing that. I've made progress on Clockwork Angel. I haven't made any progress on Clockwork Angel since we last talked, which was this morning. So, anyways, I am literally lying on a bed of books right now. Like, my bed is covered because I just did 3 different videos that had a whole bunch of books in them. So those will be coming at you guys very soon. I think I already told you what I was filming, so I'm not going to reiterate that. But, yeah, there are a lot of them. Look at this. Like, I'm short ways on the bed right now instead of long ways. And they're that way, and they're that way. It's fun. So, I'm going to take all of this off and change out of this shirt into normal, comfy clothes that you can cook dinner. That I need to address this guy right here because you're going to be seeing it in a whole bunch of videos. But apparently some random onion on Sunday decided that I needed a matching scar on this finger to match the one that I have on this finger. Can I show it to you? Can you see that? Can you see that? You can see that little white check mark. That was college Margaret being stupid and putting her fingers in the wrong place when she was trying to open a bag of frozen vegetables with a knife instead of scissors because she couldn't find scissors. And the good part about this particular, the newer one, is it was a straight edge knife instead of a serrated one.
I'm almost done Clockwork Angel. I was reading it at lunch and I kind of just like sat at Chipotle reading because Cassandra Clare just has this amazing talent for like making you think you're going into the scene for one reason. And you are. But at the same time, like 6 other things happen relationally between the characters. Like, so many things happen in a single conversation and it's hilarious. And like, and it's not even like bad. Like, it's not even like the conversation doesn't know what it wants to do. It's that like, number one, the conversation's really realistic. I like that fact. I hadn't noticed it until this book. But like, they'll start talking about one thing and someone will take them on a tangent somewhere else and it's hilarious and it's all relevant to the plot and what's going on or the characters, but it's still just like, you never know what you're getting when you're going into a scene in this book. You're just like, who knows? We have made it all the way. We've got that much left of Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. It is good. It is like, it's a frustrating book to read. Purely, I mean, there are so many reasons why this book, I mean, this is good. It's eye-opening. It makes you think about things that you didn't think about before. One of the most like outside of the whole racism aspect and all of that, one of the most frustrating things about this book is that I know that it is historically accurate, that these are things that were said and attitudes that people had and arguments that were being thrown about in the 1930s, I think it is. And so much of it sounds familiar to arguments that we are having today. And that is just, it's frustrating. It really is frustrating. It's also like once you get about halfway into the book, you figure out that the real plot is more about, it's about how these people are figuring out how to find dignity and how to fight against a system that is built against them, built to keep them in poverty, built to keep them as lesser class, and like having to figure out how do we, when one party has all the power, how do we fight back when fighting back means losing our job? Because a lot of the plot revolves around the boycott of this store because the owners of the store are racist assholes and KKK members, which was, I mean, and there's so, like, you ask why people didn't fight against it, and there's just so much built into the system that, like, I mean, they're talking about people who are trying to shop from a different store in a completely different city. They had to go to a completely different city to find a different store. It's in Mississippi, by the way. I found that out. My U.S. geography does not extend very far beyond Florida. Just saying. I know some of the states. I don't know all of them because I was homeschooled and we paid more attention to like actual history than memorizing states. We were very bad at that. Part of the reason that Cassie's family can fight back and has so much more power than the other black people around them. Her family still has to deal with crap, but they have a little bit more power because they have land. They have 400 acres that her grandfather bought off of someone. And like that changes the dynamic for them because they are not as dependent on the landholders in their town. Her family has more power because they have this collateral, they have this land, so they're able to farm this land and make money off the land, and then her dad's able to work on the railroad and her mom has a job as a school teacher. To some extent, they are okay. Still, treated like crap because they're black and not, viewed as equal, but it's just frustrating to see how easily, especially knowing that when the Civil War was over, there was a plan to give slaves land so that they could be independent. And then because the white men who had abused them and enslaved them for years complained, they didn't get that land. Like, knowing the actual history, it makes it just... And then seeing how much... Like, you can see how all of these families around Cassie have ended up in this cycle of debt. Because in order to survive, they are dependent on people who want to see them fail. Who want them to be indebted to them for their entire lives. And it's an argument you see again, like, it's something you see in poverty over and over and over again. Where in order to just survive, you're doing things that make it very difficult to get out of that poverty. But it's a good book. It's well written. It keeps you sitting there wondering what's going to happen next. You gonna start recording? Yay. Okay. All right. So
Can you hear the Super Bowl happening downstairs? Is it the Super Bowl? Is the Super Bowl on yet? I mean, I know it's going to be the Super Bowl at some point today, but like, is it on yet? I'm not entirely sure. I have finished the cooking stuff. We just need to let it cool down so I can put it in containers for the week. And I'm sitting down with my query letters and well, they were going to work on the query letter mostly tonight and possibly some agent research. I want to send queries out either this week or next week. I keep saying that, but like, I'm not in a terrible hurry. So, but I'm about to go downstairs and print out a copy for me to make my notes on as I'm going through everyone else's feedback. And I'm gonna work on that for an hour. I'm not gonna like, I have so many things to do today, and so I'm gonna work on it for an hour because working till I finish seems to kind of be overwhelming. Then I'm gonna probably reward myself with getting to read some Clockwork Angel. You know, working on query letters is a little bit nerve-wracking. The entire query process is a little bit nerve-wracking, and so... So we've got a second draft of the query letter. Hooray. I think I like this one more than the first one. I'm trying to be specific in places, but there are also places where I'm like, if I were specific, it would be an entire, like that's what the like I can't go into that without making it a complete synopsis. So I'm struggling with that because like, I can't really go into why the royal family's past is dark. It's dark. There's stuff back there that's a mess. I'm gonna sleep on it and come back to it tomorrow. And hopefully by tomorrow I will have narrowed down my list of agents to the 7 that I want to submit to this round. So, it's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. But I'm gonna go start editing videos so that I can get something up hopefully tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. I don't know. I have a whole schedule, but I don't know that schedule is going to happen this week because I'm me.
So I was not as good with updating you guys on page counts as I was planning on being, just was not. But I did read 796 pages over the entire weekend, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We read The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is about Xiomara, and it's about her it's about her struggles with her family and her religion, and her mother, who is very religious. And Xiomara is 15 and still trying to figure out what she believes. It's funny because they say that it's about her mom and not liking the fact that she does slam poetry, but it's about so much more than that. It's basically about like growing up in a very religious household and how do you navigate what you believe and how do you separate that from what your parents believe, all of that. I was also reading Clockwork Angel. This is for my Shadowhunters read-along. It's not really a read-along, I'm just rereading them. I'm rereading all the short stories and all of the novels. So this is not a pick for any of my TBRs, although I might see if there's a Valentine's prompt that this also fulfills. This is not a pick for any TBRs, it's just left over from January because I refuse to fall any more behind than I already am. So I'm hoping I can finish this tonight or tomorrow night, depending on how quick I am getting stuff done, because I like to be focusing completely on my normal February TBR stuff. I love this. It's a reread. It's amazing. And yeah, I think at this point, everyone knows what a Shadowhunter is. They kill demons, and this is a mess. This has the only love triangle that I 100% am behind. It's a really weird situation where I ship both ships, and I get to ship both ships in a way that doesn't make me angry. So, like, I'm not built to multi-ship. Unfortunately, I just am not. I'm built to, like, find 2 people that I think belong together and ride or die with them. And sometimes it's the second option because creators don't always have the ideas that you have. I finished The Poet X, so that was my audiobook. And so then I needed another audiobook, so I picked up Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. And she and her family are in a position that not a lot of other Black people are in her community, because this is in the 1930s Mississippi. I think mid-1930s. The last date I remember hearing is 1932. But basically, it's navigating being Black in the South. And her family has a tiny bit more power, but that still is not a lot of power to fight against the horrible white people that surround them. Because almost everyone, there's one white person that is decent, and everyone else thinks Black people are trash, and those people need to die. They probably won't, because this is a middle grade novel. I haven't finished this, but I'm probably going to finish this on my walk tonight. I am really enjoying it. It is also just one of the most frustrating things about it. I mean, this is just me as a white person noticing similarities, because obviously I don't understand it on the deep, deep level that someone who is Black would. But one of the most frustrating things is to listen to what the white people are in this book are saying, and to be able to draw correlations between what I'm hearing in our political and social discourse in 2019, which is almost 100 years later, and we're still dealing with this crap. We might have changed some of the subjects and some of the words we use and some of that, but it still is just, I don't know if this is required reading for a lot of schools, but we should be teaching this, very much teaching this in schools, rather than like To Kill a Mockingbird. So anyways, I'm sure To Kill a Mockingbird was revolutionary and wonderful for its time, but we need to be uplifting actual diverse voices and diverse characters. I'm pretty happy with my reading. I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of reading done next weekend because I'm in Orlando, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. I probably will maybe I'll take some of my manga with me when I'm in Orlando, because I can read that, sit and read that in line. We'll see what I can bring with me, because I don't really want to take a library book when I am standing in line at Universal, but at the same time, I don't have a lot of money for books. So that is it for this reading vlog. Let me know down in the comments if you are participating in any read-alongs in February. Just list them all and let me know how you're doing. I am doing okay. I'm on my second book of both Blackathon and Valentine's, because I combined them, and so I'm very happy with that. Usually I'm like halfway through the month and I've gotten to my second book, but I think starting with The Poet X was it was a smart idea, because it got me to get that first book finished in that first weekend, and now I'm like pumped and ready to go. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button. I make videos 2 to 3 times a week about books and writing, and I would love to see you here on a regular basis. If you want more of me, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. All of the links will be down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!